CCR TV, channel of God's love. A warm welcome to all our viewers on this episode of Goyche Tarvotti. तारवोट्यांचे जिवितांतल्यो कांय मनाक कालसाक हात लावपी घडणुको आमी गोंयचे तारवोटी कार्यावळींत तुमचे मुखार हाडल्यात. तारवोट्यांचें जिवीत खरेंच आव्हानाचें आनी काळजीदारपणान देवाचेर पातयेवन फुडें ताणपाचें. We bring to you today an experienced seafarer from Carmona, Salsette, who after acquiring a degree in mechanical engineering began his career on the high seas with Chogule Steamships Limited. Today he is sailing as the chief engineer with the Anglo-Eastern Fleet on their guest careers. We welcome Chief Engineer Cruitz Gonsalves to our studios. Welcome, Chief, to our studio today.
Hello, Daniel, and all the viewers of CCR TV.
It's nice to have you on our chat show today. आणि जायती कुशळकाय बघता की तुवें आमचें आमंत्रण स्विकारलें देखून वेळ काडून आयले देखून स्टुडियोन.
And first thing I would like to say, I will thank you all and CCR TV for giving us the opportunity, all the seafarers, to talk about our profession and the life on board, difficulties what we go to it.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to highlight the contribution of the seafarers to not only to the Indian economy but to the world economy. You know, this is one profession that has kept the world running even during the pandemic times.
That's right.
When
Almost
everything came to a standstill, shipping trade was still going on.
Almost 85% of the world trade is done by shipping.
Is done by ships.
So
exactly.
it's a lifeline of the world economy.
Absolutely. जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता सुरवातेक शिफ तुमीच तुमची ओळख करून दियात आनी थोडो भोव उजवाड घालात तुमच्या गांवाचेर, तुज्या भुरगेपणाचेर, तुजें शिकोवप खंय जालें आनी कशें कात तुजें तेन्ना भुरगेपणांत वातावरण आसलें.
हांव भुरगेपणांत गांवांत करमणचो म्हळ्यार म्हजें स्कॉल शिकोवप म्हजें सगळें कुंकोली जालें. म्हज्या मामाचें घर थिंगा, सो वी वर स्टेईंग एट आवर मामाचे हावस. ऑलरेडी ऑफ हेल्थ हाय स्कूल हांगा म्हजें शिकोवप जालें SSC पर्यंत आनी मागीर फुडें मागीर 11th and 12th चोगलीस परवतीबाई चोगले कॉलेज मारगांव आनी तेच्या मुखार मागीर 4 वर्सां मागीर कॉलेजीन ऑफ इंजिनियरींग गोवा पंडा फार्मागुडी ती म्हजें मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियरींग जालें म्हजें. आफ्टर मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियरींग देन इट टूक अ ब्रेक सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग आनी एक डिप्लोमा इन कंप्युटर एप्लिकेशन केलें हांवें.
ओके.
सो दॅट वॉज अबाउट 8 months 9 months. आमची बी जाली तेन्ना लायक कंप्युटर्स वर कमिंग इन, सो it was a thing which was happening, so said okay, let's do a course, some training in computers also.
म्हणटच एक पार्ट तुजी बी इन मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियरींग जालें थ्रू फार्मागुडी कॉलेज ऑफ इंजिनियरींग आनी उपरांत तुवें गोंयांत कसली तरी नोकरी घेतली, नोकरी लागली तुका गोंयांत?
बी जातकच आमचे फायनल इयर चलता तेन्ना आमचे कॅम्पस इंटरव्यू चलता आनी कॅम्पस इंटरव्यूक आय वॉज सिलेक्टेड बाय 2 companies. एक ACGL, Tata जो बॉस बंदा जो, and that location was in Honda, so it was Satari. So traveling was issue like that time. There was not much transport. And second opportunity I had got in Mandovi Pallets.
I see. This was the Chogle's plant.
Chogle's plant.
Palletization.
Iron ore. So my thing at that time I was already doing this course, and also well, let's finish this course and then take it from there.
Okay.
And once I finished the course, then like since I am from a background of shipping, so I said okay, why not try shipping? And then I started applying for Goa shipyard and some workshops in Goa. Like that time, the trend was like we didn't have a proper streamlined system like from B to go to shipping. So that time, like what I knew was like ki B zale म्हणटकच एक वर्स तें workshop या yard या शिपयार्ड म्हणजे एक वर्स तुजें वर्कशॉप करपाचें ट्रेनींग आनी मागीर तुज्यान बोटीर वचपाक जाता. आनी ना जाल्यार तुजी खंयची एक कंपनी फॉरेन कंपनी तेन्ना डायरेक्ट इंजीन कॅडेट म्हणून घेताले आनी मागीर तशें ना जाल्यार तें खंयचें इन्फ्लुयन्स हें करून मागीर खंयचे फॉरेन कंपनी मागीर तुका सिलेक्ट करून मागीर हें करताले. सो आफ्टर बी कंप्युटर्स केले मागीर देन आय स्टार्टेड अप्लायींग फॉर दीस. तेच फाटल्यान मागीर हांवें मागीर ट्राय करून आनी हिंगा एज करून लोकल जॉब्स.
म्हणटच तुका लोकल जॉब घेनासतना ओपनिंग मेवलें
मेवलें
बोटीर वचपाचें.
थोडो टायम लागलो मातशें त्या टायमार सिस्टम चेंज जालो आनी मागीर
आनी म्हाका दिसता समवेर यू सेड बॅकग्रावंड शिपिंगान आसलो.
आहलो.
तर तुका तें उत्तोजन शिपिंगाचें तारवोट्याचें कशें आयलें, कितें तुजो बॅकग्रावंड आसलो?
आमच्या गांवान लायक आय वॉज फ्रॉम कार्मना ऑल्सो आय स्टडीड इन कुंकोलीम. सो सगळे घरांनी कोण तरी कोण एक तारवोटी आसतालोच म्हणलो
ओके
त्या टायमार.
ओके
आनी लायक माय डॅड वॉज सेलिंग, सो माय डॅड वॉज ऑल्सो पर्सन कम कॅटरिंग ऑफिसर. So he was also an inspiration. My mother's father, like he was also sailing during Portuguese time. So like
I see.
sort of I am a third generation of.
तुज्या घराण्यान आसलेत सी फेरर तारवोटी आसलेत.
हय आनी त्या टायमार लागतालें की तारवोटी जाल्यार तुका मातशें बरें आसा लायक नो योर लायफ इज गुड, दॅट प्रोफेशन इज गुड. नाजाल्यार लायक गोवा लायक देवर नॉट मेनी ओपनिंग्स फॉर अदर प्रोफेशन्स एंड ऑल.
ओके
इंजिनियर जावं, डॉक्टर जावं, नाजाल्यार शिपिंग कोर, नाजाल्यार घालपाक वच.
तेन्ना चड म्हाका दिसता ओपनिंग घालपाकूय
आसतालीं हय
तुज्या टायमार.
टायमार.
पूण तुवें तुजी इन्स्पिरेशन घेवन तुज्या ग्रँडफादराचें, तुज्या बापायचें तुवें वाट धरली तारवाची. तुज्या शिवाय आनीक कोण तुज्या कुटुंबात आतां आसतात दीस जनरेशन तारवाटी?
येस, म्हजो भावूय आसा.
तुजो भाव आसा?
हय, ही इज सेलिंग एज मास्टर विथ वॉलम शिप मॅनेजमेंट.
आय सी.
So he is also sailing. He is younger to me, so after like he started sailing before me actually. I was doing my BA, so
okay.
He went after +2.
Okay, 10+2 करून
10+2 करून and he applied.
Today he is a master mariner.
Master mariner, yes.
I see.
Now he is on board sailing now. Actually.
So nice, very nice. So तुझे पयलेंच posting कितें जालें on the ship when you took, since you had already a degree with behind you, you know, and you were at a better position. So
that, as I said, like पहिले तर बरोच procedure streamline आसो ना, like how to go on ship and start working. So I was applying for workshops and then I happened to apply in Bombay also, and some influence known people, like I tried in Patel Engineering Works, in some other works. And to say like one moment what I remember, like when I was giving interview in Patel Engineering Works, that is in I think Cotton Green or somewhere, and it was in March. So we were about 5 of us giving interviews. एक राउंड जालो आमचो इंटरव्यूचो. जालें मागीर ते 2-3 जाण गेले, आमी 1 जाण कोण उरले मागीर तेन्ना बस म्हणलें मातशें आनी सेकेंड राउंड लायक नो टू. आमी रावता बसून मागीर हाफ एन आवर जालें, 1 आवर जालें. मागीर मातशें रावन मागीर तो म्हाका भितर आपणून वयलो. तो म्हणलो तूं खुंयसान आयला. हांवें म्हणलें दोबेताला आमचे क्लब आसा तो क्लबान रावता थिंगासून आयला. कितकोन येयला? हांवें म्हणलें टॅक्सीन येयलें. कितको वयतलो? हांवें टॅक्सीन वचपाचें कितें? तो म्हणपा लागलो बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट जालें बॉम्बे.
आय सी.
आनी आतां सगळें पॅनीक चलता म्हणपा लागलो. कितकोन वचपाचें कांय खबर ना म्हणपा लागलो. तुका हिंगा रावं पडटलें, तुगे कोण आहा हिंगा ते सायडीन? हांवें म्हणलें ना, कोण ना दोबेतालो. नाजाल्यार म्हणपा तूं पयलीं हें कर आनी वचपाक कांय मेळना जाल्यार मागीर थिंगा राव म्हणपा लागलो. So that is one what I remember, like when I started.
That incident.
Yes, bomb blast, and that is Black Friday, what we call.
Yes.
And after that, like the situation was very tense, but luckily we went and we reached to a club. So we got a taxi.
With that session only, तुझी opening तुका मेवलें?
ना, थिंग कांय जावं ना. थिंग जालें मागीर थिंग गेलें मागीर तेमचें कांय रिप्लाय येवंक ना. मागीर आमचो इंटरव्यू कंप्लीट जावंक ना मागीर.
करेक्ट.
आनी तांचें कम्युनिकेशन कांय त्या टायमार कम्युनिकेशन आसनासलें. यू हॅव टू गो पर्सनली.
रायट.
मागीर क्लबान रावतालें. मागीर क्लबान मागीर सदां पेपर हाडटले न्हू क्लबान. सो वी यूज टू सी वॅकन्सीज कोण कितें एडवर्टायज करता, कितें करता काय म्हणून. मागीर थिंगा एप्लाय करपाचें. नाजाल्यार क्लबान कोण आयला, आरे यो ट्रायींग आमगे वळख आहा म्हणटा मागीर तो तेजे ऑप्शन मागीर एप्लिकेशन दिवपाचें. तशें करून मागीर डॅड वॉज सेलिंग विथ वॉलन. सो मागीर डॅड ऑल्सो सायड ओके आय वील ट्राय. बट त्या टायमार कितें जालें मातशें कंपनीन दे सायड ओके वी वील स्टॉप रिक्रुटींग इंडियन इंजिन कॅडेट्स. तांचे कंपनीन कितें जालें प्रोसिजर समथींग सम चेंजीस. सो दॅट लायक दे सायड वी वील नॉट रिक्रूट फॉर 1 year. सो इट्स ओके. सो हांवें एप्लाय केल्लें करता मागीर. And to my good luck, you can say, like there was one trust formed at time, MMERT म्हणून, no? Mercantile Marine Engineering Research and Trust, and they tried to streamline this system, like how to change this mechanical engineers to the marine engineering fleet.
I see.
And they advertised on paper. First I thought like it is something, but I said okay, let's apply. I apply college. It's all like all India, like no, all India exams, interviews, everything. I apply college and I got a reply also. Then they called for aptitude test. At the aptitude test, there were a lot of people, like a lot of, it was a big school in Dadar. So a lot of people were there, all over India. So, and there were different centers also. Aptitude test, they called for interview, final interview. You know. And from there, they selected 100 of us.
I see.
And in 2 batches, like.
Big number.
Big number. I think interview also was given like quite a huge number actually. And it was like 3-4 days sort of thing. So there are not many boys, they answered the exams. And they made 2 groups. One was sent for training in Mumbai. Other one was sent for training in Cochin Shipyard. Cochin.
I see.
And then I was in the group which was sent to Cochin Shipyard.
Cochin Shipyard.
But that time I was not expecting something from there because I never heard about that trust sort of thing that time. It was the first time, and our batch was the first batch to do that training under that scheme. So
Okay.
under that scheme, like after you do your BE mechanical, so then you have to do 1 year training. So that training, normally what I was telling before, like you have to do in workshop, shipyard or something like that.
Yes.
So they broke into like 2 parts. You do 6 months in some shipyard, and the remaining 6 months to compensate that one, you do 9 months on board.
Okay.
And then we get that minimum certificate of competency. And then I was selected by then after the selection, I think they are given to the companies. So I was given to Chocolate Steamship, which happened to be a Goan company.
I see.
But office was in Mumbai.
Mumbai. Yeah.
So that's how I just started afterwards.
Yeah, and they had quite a big fleet that time.
Yeah, they had about 6 ships, and they had a smaller vessel also, this coastal vessel. But I was on the main fleet, which was doing our international voyages.
So that was how you began.
Yeah, how I started.
So your posting was first only on an international route with Chocolate.
No, first vessel was doing, but it was an international vessel, but it was doing on Indian coast.
Okay, Indian coastal.
Normally, I mean, load Kottale, Paradip. It was a coal carrier.
Okay.
Paradip load Kottale, and in discharge in Vizag or Tuticorin.
Okay.
So like we were here on or Chennai.
म्हणटोच इनिशियल स्टेजीनी तुजो पयलोच पोस्टिंग जालो शिपाचेर इनिशियल स्टेजीनी हाउ वाज योर and what was your experience on sailing on this vessel?
So that time we were very
No
expected.
doubt you had a little bit of overlapping background of your father and brother already. तुझे personal experience कितें?
Expectation we knew like आमी आतां घरा कडेन उलयता कितें आहा life कितें आमकां मातशें खबर आशिल्लें. So expectations were there and like थोडे excitement आसलो पयले बोटीचेर वचून कितें करतलें कोण मेळटलें कितें. But I happened to be in a Goan company, which was an Indian company. So all the stuff was Indian. And
your comfort zone was better.
Better actually, and they used to treat us very nicely. Like
I see.
तेन्ना like steward आसतले 4-5, 2-3 cook आसतले. Your wireman was there. They all Goans. So बरो support मेळ्ळो. कोणाक येतले केन्ना confuse जावंक कांय कोन्से हेना.
तुजो अनुभव बरो जालो.
बरो आनी ते विचारताले केन्ना कितें जाय रे हाडपा जाय कितें अशें करून. There was nothing like that. So there was
concern
आसलो.
Between the technical team and the kitchen department.
पण सगळे बराबर मागीर आसतना आमी सगळे सगळे साठो बरें केअर घेताले मागीर तशें करून.
उपरांत तुजें प्रोग्रेशन कशें जालें आनी हाव चॅलेंजींग वॉज दॅट युअर करियर प्रोग्रेशन फ्रॉम दॅट लेवल अपवर्ड्स?
That was the initial level, like after you say training marine engineers. So after that we get a minimum certification, like certificate of competency part A. Again I start sailing as a 5th engineer. 5th engineer was in Chocolate only.
So you came up the ranks, I should say.
Yeah.
Right from the bottom.
Right from bottom, like, and I've been sailing luckily on big ships only. And since a Goan company or Indian company actually Goenka actually, so that comfort zone also was good.
I see.
Can I actually kitna labang na ki yaar I'm sailing kota and bare no job, this line is not good. So ashe kitna
so feeling to go young na
kitna
maybe somewhere at the back of the mind you had it that one day you have to be there
and already maybe I have already prepared, like this other expectation what you will get on board. I say asli life तुझे long working hours त्यांना असतले म्हणत असतो त्याने असतले.
In this situation, right from the 5th engineer level to come up to the chief engineer's level, more or less तुका कितली वर्सां गेली?
I had sailing start केले 1994 to be exact, and chief engineer around 2004. So when so almost 11 years. So initially I was with Chocolates. My Chocolates झाले म्हणटकच एक exam answer केली. I think my friend मेळ्ळे मागीर म्हणपाक अरे oil tankers is good, so you should shift to oil tankers. मागीर हांवें कंपनी मातशी शिफ्ट केली मागीर चेंज केली आनी मागीर एप्लाय केलें कंपनीन मागीर सारकें मागीर मेळ्ळें कंपनी म्हळ्यार तेन्ना मातशें US विजा मेळपाक मातसो टायम वयतालो. सो कंपनी मागीर वीच आय जॉयन डिसायड अरे आमी विजा वील सेंड यू टू डेल्ली एंड गेट इट फास्ट आनी हें करून मागीर ते कंपनी जॉयन जालो कित्याक थिंगा मागीर विजा त्या म्हणपाक बेगीन कोत्ता मागीर.
सो म्हणटच तुवें उपरांत somewhere down the line तुवें Chocolate steamships change केली. You went to a different company, foreign flagship.
Foreign ships.
Foreign ships. And that is how your progression started. Side by side you were upgrading your knowledge
Yes,
in the
knowledge and certificate of competence.
certificate of
We have to
competence.
do at different level. We have to answer, give
Yes.
an exam.
तुझे फुडलें आन्सरींग तुवें इंडियेक केलें ओ आउट ऑफ
सगळे एक्झाम म्हजे इंडियेक केले आनी 2 एक्झाम म्हजे बॉम्बे जाले. एक एक्झाम हांवें केलें कॅलकटा बिकॉज बॉम्बे कितें आशिल्लो सिस्टम की मे म्हयन्याक एक्झाम करिना. सो आनी कॅलकटा करता. सो तो
You
एक
had to adjust with your holidays.
हॉलिडे सो एक म्हयनो तो सांबाळपाक मागीर म्हणलें चलो आमी कॅलकटा घे मागीर. सो क्लास 4 हांवें कॅलकटाक सावन गेली आनी मागीर क्लास 2 आनी मागीर क्लास 1 सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ कॉम्पिटन्सी मुंबयच्यान केलें मुंबय.
जाल्यार शिफ आतां आमचे गोंयचे जायते भुरगे शिकलेले भुरगे वेरियस दे आर इन अ डिफरंट फील्ड टेक्निकल एज वेल एज अदर्स. मेनी आर मुवींग टू द क्रूज लायनर्स, थोडे तुका कार्गो शिपांचेर वेतात. दे हॅव गॉट सर्टन विजन्स. जाल्यार एज एन एक्सपिरियन्स चीफ इंजिनियर हू इज गॉन थ्रू द रँक्स, हॅज गॉन थ्रू द सेम रूट तुजो एडवायस कितें आमच्या भुरग्यांक कितें शिकोवप घेतल्यार बरें, हाव टू प्रिपेर देमसेल्फ for a reasonably good posting, and then progression will be easier for them.
आतां वी टॉक अबाउट स्ट्रीमलायनींग. आतां आमचो सिस्टम बरो स्ट्रीमलायन आसा. सो वी कॅन इफ यू आर कमिंग ऑन इंजिनियरींग सायड वी कॅन कम आफ्टर प्लस 2 ऑल्सो. तूं डिप्लोमाय करून येवपाक जाता नाजाल्यार डिग्री करून येता.
डिग्री करून
सो तुका 3 ऑप्शन ओपन आसा.
ओके.
तूं आफ्टर प्लस 2 एप्लाय केलें जाल्यार तुका देर आर सम युनिवर्सिटीज आमच्या कंपनीचे आहा म्हणल्यार ते दे टेक आफ्टर BA. There are some universities which take you and train you for 4 years.
Okay.
आमी पयले DMIT म्हणटाले मागीर आतां
Yes.
मेरी जाले मागीर तेरा चोलांनी देर इज अनदर इंस्टिट्यूट इंस्टिट्यूट ऑफ मॅरिटायम युनिवर्सिटी ऑफ इंडिया. सो दे टेक आफ्टर 12th. तांचे रिक्वायरमेंट आहा की PCM should be 60, इंग्लिशान तुज्या 50 मार्क्स आसपाक जाय मिनिमम कंपल्सरी. ओन्ली देन यू कॅन एप्लाय. आनी ताजे मुखार मागीर तेमचे सायकोमेट्री टेस्ट आनी मागीर एप्टिट्यूड टेस्ट written
all
exams.
these openings are there.
Now it is more streamlined. आमच्या टायमार मातशें स्ट्रीमलायन आसून आमकां कोणाचें इन्फ्लुयन्स या कितें हें करून तशें करून वचचें पडटलें. आतां मातशें आनी एवरीथींग यू गेट ऑन द नेट. सो एक somebody decides की आय वॉन्ट टू गो इन टू मरीन लायफ, दे कॅन ट्राय प्लस 2 लेवल फर्स्ट 12 जायना सक्सीड जायना मागीर हें कर इंजिनियरींग कर मागीर सक्सीड यू कॅन ट्राय.
शिफ्ट तुवें गोडेक आतां एक नवो ट्रेंड पयलो आसतलो आमच्या गोंयच्या तरणाट्या मदेकात, खास करून आवर यंग लेडीज हू आर एड्युकेटेड, वेदर इट इज 10+2 or beyond that, including engineers, तांणी तारवाची वाट धरल्या. हाचेर तुजें मत कितें and what do you have to say on this?
It is a good beginning, I think.
Good beginning.
Yes, because आतां कितें it was a male dominated industry पयलें आनी मागीर आतां you get some other gender, so मातशें that तुजें stress level you talk मातशें mixing and then it's good actually. But अभी आतां start जाला म्हणल्यार that percentage of women in the seafarer life is not much. It's about 2% or 3% something. But people like the women who want to start a career, it's a good time to start now. Because in last vessel I had one deck cadet.
Okay.
She was a woman, so I was talking to her and then I was asking like what is the system, how it is.
Indian.
She was from Punjab. And she said like it is good for now because the training institutes, as per DG, this one 20% or 25% they have to take women seafarers.
I see.
So it's compulsory.
So there's a quota system
for them.
Okay.
Plus the fees also for them are subsidized.
Marginally less.
Yes.
Okay.
So they are promoting now. And our company says like 50-50 gender equality by 2050 sort of thing. So companies are also promoting. So if it's a good opportunity for women seafarers, if they want to come to seafarer, this is the right time.
So the prospects for our young ladies are good and bright.
Bright, it's good.
And especially when this industry is male dominated.
That's the truth.
So things are changing for the good.
And changing very fast.
And
it's not that you have to sail for your life. You can sail, you can also now there are so many courses. Now you can do some management or something in shipping, oil industry, gas industry, chartering. Once you come to the certain level, you can always shift to shore. And you also have a lot of opportunities. पहिले कितें आसतालें बोटीचेर आसताले सगळे जॉब. शोर मॅनेजमेंट चडशें आसनासलें. इंटरफियरन्स कॉम्प्लिकेशन वॉज नॉट देयर, सो दे वर नॉट. पण आतां कितें जालां आतां शोर मॅनेजमेंट दे आर monitoring everything now.
Okay.
So opportunity ashore also are more.
So there is a complete systemic change
like
which is giving you opportunities.
Yes.
We have also had seafarers on our show who have told even in cruise liner industry there is opening for ladies.
Yeah.
Especially in the pastry chefs and all. Lot of openings.
If I'm not wrong, I think the percentage of lady seafarers on a cruise liner, I think it's more than what you have on.
But only our Goan or Indian number is less.
Less, yes.
Whereas the other countries,
Filipinos
lot of
and
things.
Indonesians and
Exactly.
yeah.
म्हाका एक सांग, actually speaking, आता इतल्या वर्सांनी तूं हें कोत्ताय, what has been your experience on the ship and how you have gone through it?
Experience on ship is exciting but challenging also at a time, and now like it's more stressful also, like stressful in a sense like there are so many things running because the size of the ships are increasing. So fuel consume kota, that quantity also is increasing. Plus your cargo, what you are carrying, that also is dangerous sort of thing, and the ships are getting old. So like it keeps running in your mind, and now we have started with UMS vessels, like unmanned machinery space. म्हणटकच सांजचे 5 या 6 सकाळी 8 जावं पसून कोण आसना मागीर मशिनरी चलता आपणा.
ओके.
आनी मागीर अलार्म सिस्टम आसता, कितें रॉंग जालें मागीर एक ड्युटी इंजीन आसा तेज्या केन्नाय अलार्म येता. सो ताणें मागीर बेगीन वचोन मागीर तो कितें जालां तें डिफेक्ट रेक्टिफाय करपाक जायना मागीर आनी कोणाक आपय मागीर तेशें कोन्न. सो एवरीथींग इज रनिंग, एंड आतां आमचे वॉयेजीस बी लांब जाल्या सारक्यो. लायक द इंजीन, मेन इंजीन इज ओनली वन. तेवूय चलत आसता 42 days, like at continuous at a stretch, it keeps running.
42 to 45 days.
Maximum I have seen that it's running. Yes. So you have to, that thing is running in your mind.
As a head of the engine department, all this is playing on your mind.
Yes, even when you're in cabin, it's
everyday challenge, day to day.
Day to day. Because anything goes wrong, you are stopping the vessel. And the cost of the rent, you might be knowing, it's very high. So everybody keeps asking, why it stopped? You cannot stop. Yes, when you stop, you have to give a reason why. Like you have to
every
justify.
Voyage runs on the calculation of economy, right?
Economy, everything.
How you economize on the days of sailing and the fuel consumption. Everything adds up finally.
And I have done a biggest vessel, like the consumption was about, you can say 220,000 liters per day. So much consumption is there, like. Okay. And normally, like 50,000 liters, 60,000 liters, chalta like this.
Now that you are a chief engineer on a gas carrier are supposed to be more sophisticated and more safety oriented, where the safety protocol is
very high, actually
quite different. Yeah. What do you have to say to this, especially to inspire our youngsters, because there are also benefits when you sail on a gas carrier.
Yes.
Than the other ships.
Benefits, तुझी माझी salary is based असता. You get some allowance. Plus what I also like is it's a clean cargo. Clean cargo. So तुझे माझे dirty जायना. So whenever you do something, it just evaporates. It's not there. But at the same time, it is very risky because gas leak झाली आहे तो का दिसती पडो नाही.
No. Only the
smell हुई ना. Smell ते आता आम्ही commercial like एक कोला we put some this to get a smell.
Okay.
Actual gas तो का smell हुई ना. And दिसती कोई पडना काय ना मागे. It's very risky. So the safety levels for this type of ships are very high. So normally we say in a common language it's a floating bomb sort of thing.
Yes.
So but there are also safety, and they also say, like industry says, that they are the most safest vessel because the safety level incorporated in the ships, jana banda dana, it is very high. So if something goes wrong, there is a backup system, something.
Can you share with our viewers any kind of a professional situation that has made a lasting impression on your mind?
There are many incidents actually.
Yeah, you can quote one or two, because this is what we want to discuss in the life of a seafarer. हे आमकां भायर हाडपाक जाय, कित्याक आमी लँडाचेर आसा, तुजी कुटुंबूय आसा, फ्रेंडूय आसता, they don't know what exactly is the situation when you guys sail on the high seas.
Other ships are getting old. In one ship, like आमच्या engine room flooding जातालें, मतलब pipeline. Yeah, that was a vessel about 27 years old ship. आनी आमी Mozambique, I think पोर्टान आशिल्ले, आनी चडशें रातचें मागीर about 2-3 o'clock कॉल आयले की अरे इंजिन रूमान उदक येता म्हणून. आनी हांव वचोन चोयलें एक पायपलायन लीक जाताली. टेम्पररी रिपेर करता, मागीर तें पायपलायन काडटा, मागीर पर्मनंट रिपेर करता. टेम्पररी रिपेर केलें आनी मागीर तें पायप इट वॉज सो बॅड की तेज्या फाटल्यान आनी एक होल जालो. मागीर तें इंकोता अशें करून वचत जालें, मागीर चड व्हडलें जालें. मागीर आमी चिंतलें बरें व्हडलें एक क्लॅम्प फॅब्रिकेट करून लावपाक पायप. आनी आमी तें कोत्ता म्हळ्यार मातशें उदक मातशें येयलें वयर. सुबेज जालें. मागीर तें चोवपाक गेल्यार मागीर तुका दिसती पडना खंयसान लीक जाता तें. मागीर एक्चुअली लायक अ डायवर यू हॅव टू गो इनसायड and locate it and then put a clamp. मागीर कोलें म्हणटा कंट्रोल जालें मागीर.
Very challenging
at the moment.
For you as well as your team of engineers.
Team, and it's just like safety of a vessel also. No? Yes. Good thing we are in port, so anything emergency we can get help from port.
And everything had to be done in that
Certain
time
frame.
bound frame, right?
आतां उदक चड चल्लें मागीर तें मोटर आसता इलेक्ट्रिकल आसता मागीर तें शॉर्ट जावपाक लागलें मागीर सगलें बंद मागीर there's no
System
power.
bound जाता. So such situation you have
Yes.
handled actually.
Handle.
म्हाका एक सांग शिफ कांय वर्सां फाटीं the world went through COVID pandemic. Certainly there may be some stories at the back of your mind which you have gone through during that period. Were you actually stranded on board, or you were on shore?
Luckily, the only wave, first wave and second wave, I was at home with family actually.
I see.
But I heard many stories. People are getting stuck.
Can you narrate one? Maybe even from your own fleet, tanker fleets.
There were actually एक पाटी आनी after COVID when I went, तो म्हाका रिलीफ करपा आयलो न्हू ताका मागीर ते सिम्पटम आशिल्ले तशें.
I see.
And then we cannot take then मागीर ते केमनान घालून मागीर we do like
quarantine
करता मागीर quarantine करप मागीर ताका जेवण दिवप हें करप मागीर then company decide की अरे हाका बोटी दवरल्यार रिस्की मागीर then तोच sign off जाता मागीर परतून. So you already putting 10-11 months and then you do have to do more till the time other reliever comes. आनी मागीर पयलें कितें आमचें मातशें हँडओवर हें चलता बोट कशी चलता कितें प्रॉब्लेम आमी सांगचें आमी ते मागीर कोविडा टायमार कितें चलतालें की ते सायडीन चडले आमी हे सायडीन देंवले म्हणून आमी एकामेकाक मेळप ना तशें. सो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स.
नो पर्सनल इंटरॅक्शन.
नो पर्सनल इंटरॅक्शन. आनी एक इन्सिडेंट आहा की वेन आय वॉज देयर कोण येयलो मागीर ते तेन्ना कोवीड मातशें वेव हें जाल्लें म्हणटो एंड 3 of them joined and they are having symptom coughing आशिल्लें तांकां मागीर coughing जाता मागीर ते म्हणून क्वॉरंटायन करलें मागीर आमी तांकां आनी क्वॉरंटायन करलें म्हळ्यार तेजे पयलें सगळें लायक द फूल शीप ऑलमोस्ट हॅड symptoms of COVID.
I see.
Yeah. And then we had a long voyage, so luckily when we came, that time we used to carry some testing this also for COVID.
Kits for you.
Yeah. So then when we came, initially we tested positive and then by the time we came, okay, we were all right. So because if you are having COVID then you cannot go inside a port also.
You had to do your own system of quarantine on the ship itself, no?
And plus my AC भी control करची पडटा कित्याक AC has to be on recirculation तें सगळ्यांक spread जाता मागीर so we have to take some protocols. Follow some protocols.
मागीर तो सेफ्टी प्रोटोकॉल खूब चेंज जाला.
खूब चेंज जाता.
अजून तोच आसा ओ आतां मातसो
आतां इजी जाला आतां ना डायल्यूट much diluted now.
much diluted.
आतां even when you go to port they ask health declaration तुजें टेम्परेचर कितें आहा तुका फीवर आशिल्लो so we have to make a declaration but illness stick आतां ना.
Shiv, you have just shared one experience of that emergency in the engine room where it was getting flooded. Besides this, any other, for reasons of sudden weather changes, rough seas and
rough seas
kenna tu in face kela
rough seas जायते
body yeah timer besides the captain and the chief officer, the chief engineer also has a big role to play. Yes. Because he's got to keep the engine running.
So rough seas जायते but I was doing North Atlantic which is supposed to be the roughest
ocean. I'm told
I was doing winters there for almost 3 years. So one incident म्हणल्यार in the rough weather we have to keep the engine running. So alarm येता मागीर आमचो सकाळ आशिल्लो सकाळ morning to सांजचो लागून weather is rough so we cannot we are rolling about 35 to 40 degrees you can say we cannot stand.
Yes.
And when I went up to my cabin I could not open my cabin.
So much
because what happened, the full furniture which was there, everything got uprooted. Okay. And everything came and
locked the door.
So then we could not do anything. So then that night I could not go into my cabin. So then next day we took out all the frame.
I see.
And we had to do like that.
So असले situation तुम्ही Tarvotti face
करता.
असले दर्याक मोड जाले म्हणतो. So मोड जाले सगळो फर्निचर तुझ्या रूमांतलो आयलो. दार बंद जाले.
दार बंद. Plate also like kitchen everything was gone. Everything containers at very top level they were all collapsed. They were all buckled with the waves. जायते पावटी मेळ्ळो.
So sailing through the Atlantic Ocean is a big challenge.
Big challenge. You have to dodge
is it the situation throughout the year like that, or
no, it's mostly winters.
Winters.
Mostly winters it is more. So winters I was doing for 3 years, so it was very challenging sort of thing.
Yes.
And thinking that low pressure you might be knowing. So 1, 2, 3 hours sometimes you have to dodge the low pressures and then you go.
Rechart your route.
Rechart your keep chart, yeah. And my thing such that we used to get icebergs also.
Yes.
So winter time also that bad weather also is there, plus we get some icebergs, so you have to navigate that also.
But you have the technology now to give you a forewarning, along the route.
Yeah, now weather routing, everything is there. Weather
Everything
focus
is
is
more
good,
advanced,
and it's more accurate now.
You are going basically with the instrumentation.
Instrument.
Am I right?
Yes, now it is more accurate. So you can get a focus much earlier. Well,
What must have been the situation during the earlier years?
Earlier years when
they are
nothing
doing
was
purely
yes.
by manual.
Yeah, tightening gauge and all of that.
Yes,
part,
yes.
It must be. You can't imagine like what.
Your
it
thought has gone to
purely,
that mind and to that level anytime.
Yes, yes, many times.
Many times, no?
It's pure. That time I think purely on the vision, what you are watchkeeping or what you are doing,
Yes.
what you can sight. It was basically on that, and what messages you get, some warnings or whatever.
Chief, now that you are the chief engineer, what are your prospects for the future now?
Future, now I'm at certain age, at such age that I have like sailing for another few years or something like that. So probably I will continue sailing, and then after
For few years more.
And then see what it comes.
But then perhaps you have options to go on shore and take
Yes.
up other posting.
Basically, superintendent, like I
engineer?
think it's too late now because I was getting opportunities before.
I see.
So
You didn't take it up.
You didn't take it up because basically I didn't want to do like shift from Goa sort of thing was there in the mind. So
म्हाका एक सांग कॅप्टन तुवें सांगलाय तुजो ग्रँडफादर सेलर आसलो पाय सेलर आसलो उपरांत धाकटो भावूय सेलिंगाक पयलो गेलो
हय
उपरांत तूं सो इट वॉज इन द फॅमिली बट हे तुजें तर घोराणें सोडलें जाल्यार वॉट इज सो एक्सायटींग अबाउट having doing a career in the merchant navy? Is it the attractive pay packet or is it the joy of seeing the world at no cost?
When I started my career, तेन्ना म्हणटाले अरे सॅलरी बी आसता म्हळ्यार तुका संवसार चोवपाक मेळटा.
संवसार चोवपाक मेळटा.
बट नाव डेज इफ यू आस्क मी दॅट इट इज नॉट सो ट्रू बिकॉज आतां पयलीं कितें बोटी येताले बोटान तुजे 10 दीस 15 दीस रावताले आनी तूं काम केलें मागीर तुका टायम मेळटालो भोंवंक तुका आमचे मागीर मिशन्स टू सीफेरर्स येताले मागीर ते टू टेक यू अरावंड सो इट वॉज गूड ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी दॅट टायम टू मूव आउट एंड सी द प्लेसीस एंड लायक यू कूड रियली एडमायर दॅट टायम पण आतां कितें पोर्ट टायम तुजो सारको शॉर्ट जाला 20 hours 24 hours मॅक्सिमम लायक 40 2 दीस मेळ्ळे जाल्यार तुका यू आर व्हेरी लकी प्लस तुवें तितून मशीन इंजीन चलता ताचें मेंटेनन्स करपाक जाय आनी तुवें शुअर करपाक जाय की नॅक्स्ट तुजी वॉयज बरी जातली म्हणून कांय जायनासतना स्टॉप जायनासतना आनी तुका तें टायम आनी कार्गो ऑपरेशन करपाक जाय भायर वचपाचें प्लॅनिंग हॅज टू बी डन एंड यू डोंट गेट टायम टू गो
वी अंडरस्टँड दॅट वेन यू आर एट द पोर्ट either loading or discharging, you are much more busy than when you are
at sea.
sailing on a
sailing
long
time
voyage.
we are actually more relaxed. You can say आमचो normal routine चलता. Normal routine चलता. Morning उठलो हें केलें जालें मागीर सांजचें जालें EMS केलें मागीर तूं गेलो मागीर तुजो अलार्म आयलो कितें केलें तशें करून पोर्टान आयलो म्हणटकूच 1-2 दीस पयलें स्टार्ट जाता.
Major operation जालें म्हणटकूच you cannot take a chance.
Can't take a chance. And main thing is that we don't like इतली precaution घेवची पडटा की यार you think that nothing should go wrong. Everything has to go smoothly.
एक सांग म्हाका चीफ ह्या गॅस करियराची तुजी बरी आनी कोण तरी गोंयकार आसा इरिस्पेक्टीव ऑफ हीज डेजिग्नेशन
I got one captain with me. Normally गोंयकार चड मेळना.
Captain is sailing with you.
He sailed with me. He was a Goan.
He sailed in the past.
Yeah,
so right now.
Second, yeah. Two vessels back.
I see.
Captain Brian Ribello, so English.
Okay.
Otherwise, गोंयकार captain मेळोंक ना म्हाका. पयले chief engineer आसा कोणें म्हाका रिलीव करूंक ना गोंयकाराचे. I've got 3rd engineers.
Wow.
Deck side कोणें एकलो मेळ्ळो chief officer.
Okay.
Chief officer, 1 second officer I got. Both थोडे पण गॅस जावन this.
सो तेन्ना मागीर बरें दिसता आसतलें न्ही आपलोच गांवभाव आहा
बरें दिसता कोंकणी आमी मागीर सांगता मागीर तांकां आमी दोगांय आसल्यार आमी कोंकणी उलया रे बरें दिसता मागीर गांवचे खबर सगळे आसल्यार मातशें एवॉयड करता कोंकणी मागीर तांकां मातशें इन्सल्ट जावपाक
असल्या सिट्युएशनान वेन यू हॅव अ मल्टीनॅशनल क्रू फ्रॉम वेरियस कंट्रीज डिफरंट कल्चर्स डिफरंट लँग्वेज डिफरंट कस्टम्स तुमी एनी फेस्टिवल्स that come you celebrate them the major festivals
when I was in Choglis
maybe
when I was with Choglis so that गोंयकार आसताले आमी संडेचे मीस करताले लायक टुटिकोरीन गेले मागीर येताले मिशन टू सीफेरर्स पाद्री आसतालो आमचे सो आमी तेन्ना गोंयची फेस्तां स्टेला मारीस ते मागीर येताले मागीर आमी मागीर फेस्तां आमी करताले आमच्या हाचे न्हू बट नाव आतां हांवें हिंगा येयला तेन्ना लायक आय वॉज वन कंटेनर वेसल तेन्नाय गोंयकार थोडे आसताले मागीर गॅस कॅरियरान येयला तेन्नासून गोंयकार भोव थोडे सो आमची फेस्टिवलान सेलेब्रेट जाता म्हणटी हांव क्रिसमस आनी न्यू इयर लायक इट्स युनिवर्सल ग्रँड स्केल जाता म्हणल्यार तितलें
तुमचे मध्ये nevertheless the spirit is Christmas is there spirit of New Year is there
still and everybody celebrates it's not like only Catholic so everybody like it's like a festival of like the seamen sort of thing Christmas sale I call for the rest.
When you are actually sailing, say for a long voyage, how often do you call your family back home?
Now it is very easy, like almost
It is very easy.
every
Yeah,
day.
so
Almost every day.
almost every day.
Every day, yeah.
You have fixed timing for calling
No,
them?
timing is not. Like whenever I come up, like when we are in engine room, we don't get a signal. So आमचे फ्री टाइम आमी लंच टाइम येयलो मागीर तेन्ना चोवपा पडटा इंडिया टायम कितलो जाला मागीर त्या प्रमाणे कॉल करता नाजाल्यार मॅसेज घालता
Okay.
तेच करून मागीर नाजाल्यार पयलीं कितें जालें
Regularly in touch.
पयले म्हयन्याक एक कॉल मागीर 15 दिसांक एक कॉल बिकॉज दॅट टायम इट वॉज व्हेरी एक्सपेन्सीव
So this connectivity with your family back home, जावं आंकवार भुरग्यांक माय पाय आहात, भाव भयणी आहात, तुमकां काजऱ्यांक घोरकान आहात, भुरगीं आहात, this connectivity, communication one to one through the mobiles, has it helped you in any manner to, bring your stress level to manageable?
येस इट हॅज हेल्प
It has.
बेसिकली एंग्जायटी ना घरा कडेन कितें जाता सगळीं बरीं आसा केन्ना सगळें बरें चलता दॅट एंग्जायटी लेवल हेज गॉन डावन मतलब पयलीं आमी चिंतो जाताले अरे कितें जालां काय आतां
So from the psychological side of it, this change in the connectivity and communication now with your family back home has improved the situation
येस
positively.
पॉजिटिवली येस इमोशनली आतां तूं पयलीं चिंततालें तें आतां ना आतां ना यू कॅन ओनली कन्संट्रेट ऑन योर वर्क आनी कितें चलता तें फॅमिलीचें चिंतप मातशें उणें जाता म्हणल्यार केन्नाय प्रॉब्लेम आसल्यार जाता म्हणटा मागीर तें दॅट इज ऑलवेज हेड
Yeah, but nevertheless, facility ha.
फॅसिलिटी
Ulopak, even if it means for 5 minutes.
इवन दे कॅन
Most
कॉल
of situations.
विथ वॉट्सएप एंड ऑल दे कॅन कॉल अस
Yeah, or send a message. in written.
पयलीं कितें जालें आमी कॉल करपाचें वन इट वॉज ओनली वन वे सो दे
Correct,
कुडंट
correct.
इफ दे हॅव टू कॉन्टॅक्ट द ऑफिस एंड इट हॅज टू कम
So overall, the situation of a sailor is improving.
Improved now.
And maybe even further it will improve.
Yes, it will
with
improve.
technology
Technology coming in,
upgraded.
yeah.
Magna ek sang, now that you are a third generation seafarer, would you advise your children to be part of the
I always advise. I told them it is your choice. I never forced them like no.
Mm.
I told them this is one option, career option.
You are guiding them.
Yeah, guiding. matlab, now they also have so many like internet sort of thing. They are exposed to a lot of things now.
Yes.
It's not like us like if you
Right.
only take. So they see everywhere like what is the best, what is good for them. They take a decision. So we support them. But I told them like this is one option. If you want, you can try all those things.
So if one day your child says, I want to follow in your footsteps,
Yes, definitely.
you will be open to it.
Yes, yes. There's no hesitation.
No hesitation.
No two ways about it.
You are a very encouraging father, I should say. Bari Ashif, maka ek sang, how do you spend your shore leave when you come down after 4.5 months of sailing? Is it a holiday time for the family, or you are freelancing, imparting some shipping knowledge?
It's
to
not
some
a holiday
seafarers?
type, or because your kids are going to school, so you have to carry them. Mostly it's a family time, but I was also teaching as a visiting faculty for Nusi Maritime Academy
Okay.
for a few
So you
years.
keep yourself busy when you come down.
Yes, yeah.
You're not totally on a holiday mode.
Now,
At least
like
few
of
hours
late,
you are
yes,
there at the institute.
Yes, I was there, but now of late, like no, but I was as a visiting faculty for them also.
Have you any time gone to any other institutions, say at college levels, high secondary levels, and lectured to them on these options? Because that is the time these youngsters,
Yeah,
choose their careers. And
No,
sometimes shipping is one sector that they don't have much knowledge about.
that's true.
Am I right?
That's true. Even during our time also, we were like shipping. We just see the good side. Like they come, they have a good life, all those things. But actually, what is life on board ship? So it's not. But I have not been a part of like I have not been to a university or something like to give a talk about this. But we have an organization like officers,
Yeah.
GMOA. So they are doing that one actually.
You're
They
part of the GMOA.
Yeah. So they are doing that one.
Yeah. Now tell me something, Chief. Now that you are a full-time seafarer, you have achieved that level in your professional, as an engineer. You have come to the chief engineer's level, and there are better options also ahead for you if you want to. It is your choice.
That's true.
Are you happy you chose this profession?
I'm happy actually.
Absolutely.
Yes, because I enjoy doing this job. Like there are challenges many times. You get like different situation, difficult situation. It depends how you come out of it. And I like when I used to put my head and then we solve some problem, you get a satisfaction. Okay, I've done something good. So I've enjoyed this one. There's no two ways.
Your family supports you with this
Yes,
sailing?
family sailing. I had no this one. Like my
have
parents.
you taken your family on the
I have
on the
taken
ship
my family.
for sailing?
My wife has sailed with me twice, and both the sons I also have taken.
They're comfortable with the sea
Yeah, they
life?
were okay.
Huh?
I have taken them once during the vacation, 1.5 2 months. They liked it. That's okay. We extended one. So then
I see.
we told school, okay, they will not be coming for one. Then we extended also like that.
Now that shipping, maritime trade and maritime industry is worldwide, huge prospects, and Goa Muntor last 3-4 generation is into it, nothing new. But आता तांकां prospectively बरे भाशेन guidance दिवपाक, promotion करपाक, with better education facilities, so that they go and join a ship on a better positions than to struggle from the lower level. What are your expectations from the Goa government to promote our youngsters and take up these things with
And now-
respect to better educational, steps they should take?
Now
Goyan
actually,
Silviso Mionan.
sorry, I was coming to
Job.
that. So now the government is talking about blue economy, like they want to develop all the ports, inland
Yeah.
waterways,
Sagarmala.
Sagarmala project and all. There is a lot of scope now actually. And we have also made GMO has made a representation to the government. Like they have to start some courses and train the people. Like we already have a talent. We already have marine people over here.
But is something happening at the ground level? We know there is a huge scope.
Huge scope.
How are we channelizing this scope so that the younger generation comes in here?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is like other than sailing, we also have a lot of opportunities in port operations and your
On
inland
the shore,
off
you
the
mean
shore.
to say. Absolutely.
So we already have this for I think sailing. We already have something streamlined. So we also have IMS Institute in Goa,
Yes.
Goa. They also
At
are like
Bogda.
Bogda. So they are also doing a good job. So people are coming there also.
Okay.
There are many. Even our Anglo-Eastern Maritime Academy is there. So they also are taking about 180 engineers, 200 deck cadets every year. So there are, if you want to come for sailing, there are already things are streamlined. You have to go on the net, you can check and all. But what I'm talking is like there is a good opportunity to shift ashore also. Like during our time, it was like you were sailing only, very few opportunities ashore. But now people can diversify and already made a representation to the government also. But government has to start something and then like train the people, and maybe we can be a leader in for all this port management, all this in Goa can be there's a good scope, and we are already a literate state, so
Absolutely.
and we have to government something they have to start and make use of it.
Chief, आमचो वेळ सोंपत आयलो. Last question to you. एक तोडक्यान, a short and brief advice to our viewers today. Not only for the youngsters, but also to their parents. Some parents are reluctant that their children should take up this. There are still some parents with some irrational fears, I should say. तांकां तुजो advice कितें?
म्हजो एडवायस म्हणल्यार शिपींग इज अ सेफ इंडस्ट्री. पयलीं भाशेन ना. पयलीं कितें जालें, सिफारस गेले मागीर ते तारवार केन्ना येतले, कितें जालां कांय खबर आसनासली. आतां वेदर फोकस एवरीथींग इज सो प्रिसायज आनी तेमी कॅरियर करपा जाता. म्हणजे इट इज मच सेफ. पयलीं भाशेन एक्सिडेंट ना, हें जायना, तुजें सगळें बरें आसा. आतां इवन द सिस्टम इज स्ट्रीमलायन्ड, वन हाव टू गेट इन टू इट, आनी तुज्या यू कॅन बी इन कम्युनिकेशन विथ युअर चिल्ड्रन or spouse or whatever it is almost every day. Now I think a seafarer is a good profession. They can choose for that. They also should take it as one one option. Other than that, and try to come at a higher level, like officer level or something. Then you are slightly at a better this one because you are making decision. So you feel that one okay. Otherwise, lower level chalta hona sometimes ratings and all. We also have Nusi Maritime Academy in Goa. So for rating level, they are also doing I think 2 batches in a year, twice in a year. I think batches are more, but twice in a year. So there's a good scope for shipping actually. And shipping is, I was just talking to my office vessel manager, and so he was saying the order book is full. All the yards, they are already full on orders. So the shipping is expanding actually.
So prospects are very good.
Very good
for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Thank you. खूप बरं दिसलें तुमकां आमच्या स्टुडियोन आपण. तर हे जावन आसलेत चीफ इंजिनियर क्रिट्स गॉन्साल्वीस. ताणें आपल्या तारवोटी जिविता वयर जायतोच उजवाड घातलो. तारवोट्याचें जिवीत पयलीं कशें आसलें, आतां कशें आसा, आनी फुडाराकूय कितें जातलें, आनी कशे भाशेन आमच्या तरणाट्यांक, गोंयच्या भुरग्यांक ओपनिंग्स मेळटलेत. प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स आर व्हेरी ब्रायट इज सींग फॉर द फ्युचर, आनी शिपींग बाय ऑल मिन्स इज मच सेफर प्रोफेशन than any other and like any other. So पळयत रावत तुमची आवडीची कार्यावळ गोंयचे तारवोटी आनी तुमचें चॅनल द CCR TV चॅनल. देव बरें करूं.